Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all, and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not, and the Fair Act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So they have released a full video of the aftermath of Rich Homie Quans passing, and it leaves you more suspicious than ever before. One thing for surely sure after watching this video, and I don't know if y'all seen it, it's all over YouTube, so you can go and check it out and come back to the comment section if you like. I didn't put it up. But one thing about this whole situation, y'all, they already said that it was an accidental over to the dose. And I'm gonna say this, y'all. If it had been an accidental over to the dose, y'all, they would have still had whatever that took him out on the scene. The fact that they couldn't prove where it even came from, it lets you know that they hid things. They didn't even want to tell the ambulance and everything that he do street pharmacy stuff. And that's a number one thing, that when an ambulance shows up and they're coming there to save somebody's life that is in danger or whatever, no matter what the situation is, you have to tell them the truth in order for them to give them the correct help that they need to survive. The fact that they didn't even want to tell him why he passed away or what it could have been that he was doing street pharmacy stuff, it lets you know that they had something to hide, y'all. Now, when we first found out, we didn't know that several people was already in the house with him at the time that he passed. Several people was in the house with him. Dre was in the house, which is his brother. Quick was in the house with him, which is his producer / engineer. His girlfriend, baby mama, was in the house. And somebody named Chase, which is his uncle, was in the house. And I'm going to tell y'all this. When he was in that interview and they asked him how did he get introduced to street pharmacy stuff, and he said his family members, that tells you right then and there that his family members could have been the one that supplied him with this stuff. Okay? The fact that they ran up out of there to go and get it up out the house before the police and the ambulance showed up, they could have easily said, if it was an actual accident, they could have easily said, well, I don't know where he got it from. At least put it in his pocket so that the ambulance them could have been like, okay, this is what he must was taking. He probably went and got this stuff his own self, and then when everybody went to sleep, he decided to, pop one or sip on some stuff that he wasn't supposed to be sipping on. That looks like an accident. But the fact that they went and got rid of the evidence, that's no accident, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. That's not an accident. That is suspicious than a mother, okay? Accident is we know that they probably sneak and do this stuff. We didn't know they had it in there or downstairs. We all went to bed and we came back and he had, must have popped something. Here's the rest of it, what he had in his pocket, blah, 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 blah. So at least the ambulance knew what it was that took him out. They went and hid it, which tells me it lines up with those numbers that I did. And I was telling y'all that this man passed away 11 weeks, 11 days or something like that. And the 11 months or something in 11 days or something like that. 11 weeks. It was whatever it was. It was 11/11 on the dot to Young Thug's birthday. His next birthday. So I was like, that's just too, that couldn't be, y'all. And I talk about this all the time, how people pass away by those numbers. He passes away 11/11 to the next birthday of Young Thug, and he was supposed to testify. And this is allegedly the person that was sending people to, his father's barbershop and all of that to hit the place up and stuff. Some ain't adding up, y'all. Now, let's talk about the timeline. Let's talk about the timeline. Dre said that they had some trees. Okay? And he said that they had some trees and he went upstairs after they had some trees. Now, another person that said that they saw him alive was Quick. Quick said that he saw, because the police asked him, when was the last time you saw him breathing? He said about 3, 4 in the morning. And I don't understand that part, because Quick says the last time he saw him up was about 3 or 4 in the morning. He was just fine. He was in the basement, kicking it, walking it around. This is what Quick said. This is what is the conflicting stories is coming in for me. Then Dre said that he was upstairs. And he said he came down about 3 in the morning. 3 something in the morning. And he said he saw Quan pretty much sitting on some stairs. It's showing it in the video. Y'all go check it out. On the stairs. And he said that when he was like you sitting at the bottom of some stairs. He said that he heard some loud snoring. He came down. And I think they throwing the snoring in there because they figure if we throw the snoring in there, that'll show that he was still alive. And I think they lying about the snoring. I think this man was already gone, to be honest with y'all. I'm just going to be completely honest. I think he was already gone. Because if he had got a hold to some bad stuff, what they saying that was in the system, the Fendi stuff, if he had got a hold to that, that was going to take him out right away. He was not going to wait some hours later before he was all gone. Okay, y'all? He said he found him at the bottom of the stairs, sitting there with his mouth open, snoring, and his eyes was open. He said he came down the stairs and tried to wake him up, and he wouldn't wake up, so he carried him to the couch. Now, the thing of it is, they want us to believe he was eating. Now, let me tell y'all something. If you got the munchies this late at night and you done ordered some food, if you were eating and you just passed out right there where you was eating at, his food would have been by him. His food is on the other end of go look at the video. His food is on the other end of the kitchen table. And the stairs is on the other end of the kitchen table. So did he didn't, the fork was still on the plate. The fork was still on the plate. Y'all know them late night munchies at 3, 4 in the morning. Y'all know that, and you'd have some trees. And you done order some food, okay? And you done just got started eating your food. You're going to have that plate in your hand. You're going to have the plate in your hand or on your lap, eating, sitting at the bottom of the stairs. If he passed out right there, eating, the plate would have been there. The fork would have still been in his hand. That part makes no sense. So they want us to believe that he was eating out of the tray, got the food that he ordered from DoorDash or whatever. I didn't even know that they deliver food that late at night, but okay. Maybe he had put it up and was heating it up and this and that. But he had the plate on the other end of the kitchen table. Let's just act this out a little bit, y'all. He takes his fork of the spoon, the fork of the food, and put it in his mouth. And then he turns around and dig the fork back into the food and sit the food up there and go sit down on the bottom of the stairs and pass out and go to sleep with the food in his mouth. He never ate that out of his mouth. That's what they want us to believe. Something's not adding up here, y'all. Something is not adding up. And the fact that it seemed like he had been possibly poisoned or whatever, that food should have went into evidence. They should have seen was there something put in that food. That's number one, too. His pockets, everything should have been searched to see that he have any kind of, P to the I to the LLS's on him. Okay, y'all? None of that I saw was done. They asked them, what did he have? They said that the only, and they didn't want to tell the truth. The daddy is the one that told the truth when the police was coming in, what he knew. He said, the daddy, he said that Dre told him. Everybody is pointing the finger at Dre to me, because Dre seemed to have all the answers. I want y'all to pay attention to the Dre. Dre is all over the place. His name is all over the place when it comes to this whole situation. Okay, and it's a lot of dips and dabs that's weird about this whole situation. So he claims the daddy that they have been all smoking some trees. Okay, and when the guy came in, he said, I'm not trying to charge y'all for no street pharmacy stuff, but what did he have? Da, 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 da. Oh, I don't know where the trees that we had. They might have smoked it or whatever. I don't know what they did with it. I do. It looks as if Dre, my personal opinion, got up right after he put going on that couch, and he got up out of there with the stuff. He took the stuff somewhere. Because from what they're saying, the baby mama got up at about 7 or 8 or whatever, took the kids to school. She said, and the baby mama, I do believe, is lying too. She know more than she's saying. Because if this man had passed away from the Fenty stuff, he would have been gone before she took the kids to school. Okay? He would have been gone before, the fact that they saying that he was snoring when he came downstairs, that's what made him come down the stairs, because of the loud snoring. Okay? Y'all, a lot of this seems suspicious. He comes down the stairs, puts him on the couch. Baby mama checks on him on her way out. She comes back in. She said he's still asleep. She goes to sleep, back to her room. She comes back out at 11, and this is when she notices that he's not breathing. But she claimed he was snoring too when she put the cover on him and left out with the kids. So did somebody give him something in between her taking them to school, the kids to school, and her? I'm just saying, y'all. She said he was still breathing. I beg to differ. When she came back down at 11, his body was already getting cold. Body already getting cold from since the time you took the kids to school to that. And you notice he's not breathing anymore. I think they was very good at putting the story together on what they were doing. Or, to try to throw it off that he did this on his own. I think they were very good at that. And they hit some key points by saying, oh, he was still breathing. He was snoring so loud. That's what made me come downstairs. I'm going to tell y'all this. If I'm in a house with my cousins and this and that and this, and everybody is choking and smoking and whatever, I'm not coming downstairs because I hear somebody breathing real loud. And I didn't want to bed. And I done got my little, your little buzz and chilling and this and that, and everybody done go to their rooms. Somebody breathing real hard is not going to get me to come downstairs. That's number one. So he's claimed that that's the reason he came downstairs, because he was breathing so hard. Now, mind you, he got up sometime that morning. The brother, Dre, he got up sometime that morning, and he claimed that he was taking the Sprinter to go get something fixed on the car. This is what he said, but I do believe that's when the time he was taking that stuff out the house. They was trying to, get their story straight and what everybody gonna say and do. That's my personal opinion, okay? So he leaves the house. He leaves the house in between her taking the kids to school and her finding him on the couch. Dre jumps up and leaves. Now, get this. If you go back to that story, Quick, who is the engineer, he called Drake about 11:34, 11:37. This is what he said, and told him to hurry up and get back to the house. Now, mind you, during the time that Dre is on his way back to the house, allegedly she called her daddy a couple times, and she calling the ambulance people. Okay? And the police authorities, she's talking to them. How in the world did Dre, okay, y'all, I said Drake was the one that took him to the couch. Drake was the one that got up and left in the morning to go get the car fixed. He said he had to go get something fixed on the Sprinter, the heating or something done, fixed, okay? Drake makes it back to the house to help her drag him to the floor at the same time. Because that's what Drake said. He said, I'm the one that laid him on the floor too. Do y'all remember when she was on the phone? Do y'all remember? And she said, help me. Do y'all remember that? She said, help me. See, this is where they messed up at. She said, help me on that recording when she was talking to the ambulance people. And if she was saying to help her and they were trying to turn him over, Dre wasn't there at that time. So how the world was Dre there to put him on the couch? Dre was there to put him on the floor so they could perform, the CPR or whatever they was going to do to him, DN2, when they said that he was foaming at the mouth. And Dre was on the phone and on his way at the same time. How is that, y'all? This is where they mixing things up at. And I think that they're going to try to catch it after somebody catch them up and they lie. Because Dre was all over the place. Which makes me wonder, is Dre the one behind this mess? Did he get paid off? Did he get promised some type of career for helping line him up? I don't know. Because if he pop up with money now, people going to think that or jewelry, they just going to think that, that's probably some of his brother's stuff. When in all actual reality, did he get paid under the table? And everybody's so calm and nonchalant, they not even acting as if somebody just passed away. Now, it's one thing for one person to kind of hold things back and be all calm and stuff. But everybody in the house was so calm and nonchalant that it makes no sense. Baby mama was so calm. The brother was so calm. They didn't even act as if he had just passed. The daddy was doing a little sniffling when they showed up and was talking to him. And he was like, I'm not going to lie. Even the stuff that the daddy said was kind of suspect. Because he was like, I last talked to my son about 3 in the daytime. And I know when my son, is getting wasted and this and that, I can tell. But I talked to him yesterday and I didn't get anything that he was getting wasted. But when I talked to his baby mama, which they claim talked to him that night too, they said his baby mama, other baby mama, was on the phone with him at around 1 or 2 o'clock. And they said the other baby mama is the one that said that she had talked to him about 1 to 2. And she said that when she talked to him, he had popped a P to the ILL. Not only did she say he popped a P to the ILL around between 1 and 2 a.m., but she also said he was drinking a happy juice too, because she said, why did you do both? Why did you pop the PILL and drink the happy juice too at the same time? This is what she said she asked him. Now, mind you, if he had have took that, what she said, between 1 and 2, she got off the phone with him at 2 o'clock. She said she was on the phone with him between 1 and 2. And she know that he ordered some food. Because I guess he was talking to her on the phone, telling her what all he had did. That he popped this. He was sipping on that. And he just ordered him some food. So that seemed accurate because there was some food there. Okay? But some still don't seem right. Because from my understanding, when you mess around and somebody slip you some Fenty stuff, like the Fenty clothing line, when somebody slips you some stuff like that, they said it only takes a dot to take you out. And when you get that in your system, you go down right away. You're not waiting from 2 o'clock in the morning to the next day around to 11 for it to kick in. That kicks in right away. So somebody's lying, y'all. So after she got off the phone with him and he had popped the P to the ILL and he had drunk the, happy juice, that was 2 o'clock in the morning. So at 2 o'clock, he was still walking around kicking it fine. He was kicking it, y'all. He was. This is what the other people said. If he had took something that was laced with something, he would have been gone by 3 o'clock. 2:30 tops. If it was what they said it was. This man got off the phone with his baby mama after he told her what he had did. He got off the phone from her and he went and smoked some trees with his brother, his engineer, his girlfriend there, and his uncle was there. He went in, smoked some trees with them. If that was lace, then everybody that smoked on them trees that was rolled up in that, they all would have got a hold to that mess. They all would have been laid out in there, gone. If that would have been put something in there. So you got to ask yourself this question. One thing that kind of caught my ear is another thing. The girlfriend said this. She made sure she threw this out. She said that he orders food all the time through DoorDash. Now, if she knows he orders food through DoorDash all the time, a lot of other people know he orders food through DoorDash too. So was it some type of plant? Somebody came and delivered some food that was his enemy, knowing it was going to him. Could they have put it in his food? But if that's the case, y'all, he wouldn't have still passed away the next day, the next morning. After 11 o'clock, he still would have been gone. So nothing is adding up what they're saying. There's a lie in there. And if they were being true, even the police said, you know, even when he was looking at him, he was looking at a picture that his brother took of him. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this. Let's back up again, because there's another part to the story that adds in there. Yes, his brother Dre took a picture of him laying on the stairs, at the bottom of the stairs, with his eyes up, open. Okay? You know how somebody passed away with their eyes open? This is how his brother found him. With his eyes open, food in his mouth, and he claimed he was snoring. Okay? When he found him like this, before he picked him up and took him to the couch, he took a picture of him, y'all. And when the police came, he showed him this how he was when I found him. And you know what the police got in that car and said? Why the HELL would he take a picture of this man while he is passed out on the stairs? Why? But you know what? I would have been more impressed if it would have been a video. At least it would have showed him still breathing. But he took a picture. Why? Was he planning on selling this picture to the tabloids or something? Like, why would your brother take a picture of you like that? Now, I know siblings do stuff like that and take a picture of him when they in, vulnerable positions and laugh and they joke and this and that and this. But he took this picture as if he was getting his alibi together. I'm going to take a picture and show them how he was looking, with the food in his mouth, and make it look like he might choked. But now it's better for us to go with the street pharmacy stuff, because he does the street pharmacy stuff all the time. Now I want y'all to also pay attention to something else, y'all. Pay attention to something else that's weird about the situation. His family tried to act as if they were the ones that was keeping him away from the street pharmacy stuff, when all actual reality, they were the ones who got him hooked on it in the first place. The daddy say, your kids, you can't stop them from doing stuff, and they'll do stuff behind your back. Really? You didn't know your son was doing what he was doing? Really? The brother and them try to act as if it was not no big deal. Oh, everybody dibble and dabble in that stuff a little bit. It was all like nonchalant, like it ain't no big deal. Everybody does this, so we didn't think nothing of it. I done found him before, passed out like this, sleep with snoring, like this before. Did you take a picture of him before when you found him like that? That's what I would have asked if I would have been the police. When you found him like this before, with his mouth open and eyes all up in his head like that, did you take a picture the last time? Can I see that picture too? Because if this is something that he does all the time and you always find him, and this is your first reaction to take a picture, did you take a picture before? Because you sure took one this time when he don't have another breath left in his body. as if you were doing an alibi. Is this case really closed, y'all? Because I know the public want, some people be wanting people to think that something is, rude, accident or whatever, and there's no looking into it more and more and more. But you got to ask yourself this question. Is they being like this because the food family and make them think that they not really checking up on this stuff when they really are? Because there's some weird stuff going on here. The police was like, I'm trying to make it make sense. He was like, is he allergic to seafood or something? Because he got food in his mouth and he looking at the plate. They even went over there to the plate. The plate is across the room, like across from where he was. If it would have been on that end of the table and then he took a bite and just sit it down and went over there and sit on the stairs and passed out, whatever, it would have been more believable. But when you got the munchies and you holding some good food in your hand, you ain't so quick to put it down, to go sit down on another side of the room. Because you know what? You got to get back up and go over there and get some more to eat. Why would you go over there and sit down and put your plate across the room from you? And if you want us to believe that he got choked or whatever, the fork would have been on the floor. The food would have fell out his lap. But y'all got the food on the other side of the counter. And he went all the way to the other side to sit down by the stairs. So when he finished chewing that out of his mouth, he got to get up and go back over there and get another bite. He didn't have no street pharmacy stuff in his hands that he could have just popped and they didn't know about it. Something is very off about this whole situation. And if the police do their job, I do believe that there is going to be more to this. I do believe so. There is going to be a lot more to this than meets the eye. Because ain't no way, y'all. Ain't no way that this is going to go down the way they think it's going to go down. This is crazy. Now, I know what they're telling us. But is it more to it than that? You don't just get everybody else that passed away from, having too much street pharmacy stuff. They had some of the stuff left around them in the room with them in their house or whatever when they passed away, which make it seem like, oh, they was just smoking their kneecaps off until they just body couldn't take no more. But there's no sign of evidence anywhere of what he even had. They just telling us it was an accidental over to the dose of the 50. So where is it? Where was it at? Was it in the blunt? If it was in the blunt, why didn't anybody else get sick? If he snuck and had pop sub while everybody else was going to sleep or going to their rooms and everything, that wasn't the last ones. When these celebrities, people on the streets, when they go and recop and get them their goodies that they use, they got a whole bunch of it somewhere stashed. Where's the rest of it? You mean to tell me it's just a coincidence he took the last one of whatever it is that he had? That's a coincidence? He ordered food, but y'all are going to tell us that maybe somebody poisoned him in the food, stuck it in the food. Really? But the food across the room. I'm starting to wonder about these polices too. Why ain't you taking all the evidence? Why ain't people there running fingerprints everywhere? And yeah, of course, those people that live in the house, fingerprints going to be there. But just see if it was anybody extra up there too. Fingerprint, the food container. Somebody just dropped off. We got all these different scenarios, but no answers. None of that would make sense. Even the baby mama that don't live there, that he was talking to on the phone, that said that he had popped this and drunk that, he still was going like an Energizer buddy after he got off the phone with her at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was all in the basement hanging out with Dre and Quick and Chase, the uncle, he was all in the basement with them. And I don't know that y'all look at the Chase guy, the uncle, but he looked like he's smoking his kneecaps off too. You can't tell me that Rich Homie Quan was popping something and sipping on something, and Uncle didn't get him some because he looked like he do some stuff. Ain't no way that they was gonna sit around and let him just have all the goodies to themselves. And for the brother to act like this was a normal thing that people do, everybody out here dibble and dab. Well, why y'all didn't dibble and dab with it? Why y'all didn't have some of that, what he had? Why nobody else got a taste of what he had? You know why? Because everybody had did their little buzz for the night. Everybody. They had smoked whatever they was going to smoke. They had drank whatever they was sipping on. And they had popped whatever they had popped. They had done that already. To be honest. And all this other stuff to me is staged to what happened afterwards. To me, he had something different than everybody else was having. And they got their story together. That's how I feel about the situation. They got their story together. Quan, little homie Quan had already let the cat out. Rich homie Quan, he had already let the cat out the bag that his cousin was the ones that was giving him street pharmacy stuff. They were his suppliers when he first started rapping. You think that that was going to change? I wonder, did the brother and them have something in their system too? Did they pop some P to the ILLs too? I wonder, did they have anything in their systems too? But their stuff ended up being the good stuff, and his ended up being the stuff that was laced. And whatever else that they had in that house, old Dre went and took it somewhere and came right back. And they helped finishing, getting their story together. I want to see those cameras. I would like to see the cameras of the person delivering the food. I would like to see the cameras of who all came in and out that house from 11 o'clock that night to 11 that next day. I would like to see the camera footage of who all came in and out that house. Because I bet you Dre had a serious look on his face when he was going in and out, had them stuff, that stuff that they had that night, or what they gave him. That's my personal opinion. But something is weird about this whole situation, y'all. He leaves out the house, Dre. Go get it seems odd that he came home in the middle of somebody calling him to tell him to come on back to the house. Which they said that this was around 11:30 that Quick called Dre to come on back to the house. Something's wrong. But he got back to the house in time to move Rich Homie Quan's body off the couch to the floor. Because he said he drug him to the floor too. So, I don't understand it. Did the uncle and did Quick wait for you to get home so you could drag him off the couch so they could do... Because he said he was performing CPR. This is what Quick said to the police. He said he was performing CPR on Rich Homie Quan after they called the ambulance. So how did you perform CPR on it? On the couch? It didn't dawn on you to put him on the floor to perform CPR on him? Because that's what the lady said to do on the phone. So you performed CPR on him. And then while you was performing CPR on him, this is what they want us to believe, on the couch, it took Dre to come in to drag him to the floor. And that's when the foam stuff started coming out his mouth. But the baby mama said that when she went down there, he was cold. That foam stuff was already coming out his mouth. That's what she said when she woke up at 11. She went back to the couch and she said that he wasn't breathing and there was some foam stuff coming out of his mouth. That's what she said. Now he went and did CPR on him and laid him back, I guess, on the couch after he did the CPR. Quick. And then by that time, Dre mysteriously made it back home that fast. And he drug him to the couch, to the floor. And that's when the stuff was all over the floor. But did y'all hear what Dre said too? He said when he put him on a couch, that stuff was not on the floor. So when he got back, that's must have been when the stuff got put on the floor. The foam, and it looked like maybe some BL or OD on the floor. He said when he lay him on a couch, that wasn't there. But when he got back, it was there. But you said you drug him to the floor. And that's when he started making. When did he start foaming? Because the girlfriend said he was foaming when she came down at 11 something. Quick called you at 11:34 to 11:37 to tell you to come back to the house. Something is wrong. You say you the one that drug him to the floor, off the couch. But when you first started talking, you said that wasn't there when I put him on the floor, when I put him on the couch. So they had to have been there afterwards when they had him. So who the H to the ELL drug him to the floor? You or the Quick? They stories is not adding up, y'all. It's not. And if I can catch this, anybody else can catch this too. They did something to this man. And it looks like it's going to be brushed under the rug unless the police do their job. Some not acting. Some not right, y'all. The police said his ass was up like that and you still. And he was like, yeah, he sleep hard like that. But the police didn't really ask him, do he sleep hard like that snoring? He was asking him about his ass. His ass was open. His ass was open. He wasn't blinking or anything. His ass was wide open. Who put somebody on the couch with their ass wide open, food in their mouth, and they go back to bed? And then in the morning, you get up and run go get the air conditioner fixed. You go running to get the air conditioner fixed. Then you make it back home, and y'all stories is colliding with each other. It's not adding up. Y'all, that baby mama knows something. She's playing her part. I don't think the daddy was there, but I think the daddy is suspicious of something or someone. I think he is. Quick and Dre and Chase, they're hiding something. I would make them take some lie detector tests. I really would. If I was the family, I would make the police should ask them to take some lie detector tests. The girlfriend too. They should ask them to take tests. To be honest. Because something is not adding up with this whole situation, y'all. Everything they're saying is colliding with each other and it's not adding up. He said two different things. He said that he was gone, but then at the same time, he said he was the one that drug him to the floor. He said he wasn't there, but at the same time, I'm just saying, going over it with y'all because these don't make no sense. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it doesn't make sense. Quick is saying he started doing CPR on him. So if you can sit him up to do CPR, whatever you was doing or trying to do CPR, you mean to tell me that Quick and Chase wasn't strong enough to put him on the the ambulance people was telling them to put him on the floor? And who was she asking for help? We know the uncle was there. We know Chase. We know Quick was there. So why did she have to ask them to help me? Is it because they already knew he was gone? And when did the stuff get on the floor? Because Dre acted as if that stuff wasn't on the floor right there when I first put him down on the couch. Why wouldn't he just say, "Oh, when I got back, I helped them put him to the floor, and that's when the stuff started coming out of his mouth on the floor right there"? He acted as if he was confused about the time frame of when that stuff got on the floor. Y'all pay attention. Something ain't adding up. And it's going to come out sooner or later. It is going to come out sooner or later. But y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.